RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to my guys and goddesses, know high vibrational human beings. You know what the fuck it is, man. So where we at with it? Where we at with it? Um, Another day in hell, right? I hope everybody rising is alright though. Balancing out your energy, you know. And shout out to all my neuromelanated beings, my melanated beings. You get what I'm saying? All the true speakers that's talking about the real issues right now, and really why all these distractions are taking place. You get what I'm saying? Amongst our oppressors, trying to act like they're not our oppressors. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to the Latino people that know the curveball around all that with Trump. You get what I'm saying? And know what's really going on. Y'all that know that y'all organic and this is y'all land just like this is my land. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? They try and create any and everything for us organic people to stop remembering who we are. You know what I mean? With the realization of knowing that it's coming from a biological standpoint on the planet, the energy that's here. You know what I'm saying? How it's affecting us atomically. You know, which makes it even more insane. You know, so like it's real right now. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was trying to get some help for my smart trip to my next check and everything. But I'm staying positive regardless. You know what I'm saying? Of everything taking place right now. You know, I had to reschedule my interview. You know what I'm saying? And talk about what's going on with my family until my next checks, so I can still, you know what I mean, have that job and not like I couldn't tell him that I couldn't make it because I didn't have money to get there like en route or anything like that. You know. Like I couldn't say that, so like literally, like I had to like make it sweet to reschedule it. You feel me? Like even the night, like when I go into my job, I might not come in there the best, but I go in there. I'm just gonna go in there. However, my situation is real. You know, it's real. When you don't have like no help at all and shit, the normal stuff that's what's considered normal. You got to go in there like not up to par. You know, you might not be the cleanest. You might not be this. Like these are things that happen just because of your situation. That's real. That motherfuckers don't realize it's not in that situation. They in there like their best self and shit. You know, and they just have no idea. You know, they have no fucking idea what people are really going through. You know, that's why it's like I said, like it's gonna be like I wish all the like people that understand how I'm saying this, they know like I'm not saying this from like a just bitter or spiteful standpoint. I'm saying it from a selfless what's happening with me as a black man, the next black man, you know, the next Latino man, you know. I can't tell y'all like yesterday, like I was on a bus and it was a whole bunch of Latino guys and it hurt me so much to see all them. They had all their bags with them and shit. You know what I'm saying? In this situation and shit. And the same way how we turn our backs on each other, black people, it's a lot of Latino people that turn their necks up and talk bad about their own people the same way. And another Latino person will walk by another Latino person that's homeless like they're worth shit. The same way how this money has us divided. You know? And it's a big problem with us. You know what I mean? Like the Latino people that think that they're white, like you're not getting no like you know what I'm saying? Like your ancestors is turning in their grave looking at you like, what the fuck? You know who you is? You forget that your ancestors are the Mayans, Aztecs, and Incas. You forgot. You feel me? It's crazy. So, but like I said, as soon as the sun separates us from our oppressor, you feel me? We can actually be able to heal. You know, you can't really heal while your abuser still has like you're in their clutches. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can, but only so much. You know. So like I said, and it's great. That's another reason why one of my managers like he fuck with me like, cause my manager from Peru, he know I be talking this shit. You feel me? He know I be talking this shit. And he know he played the role, but he know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? He know. And it's crazy because he's the manager, but he know more than all the other Latino people. And I could tell by the way he carries himself, but still professional. And he's from Peru. He know what the fuck is up. Because when I went on it's crazy. Like we was so real when I went on my interview and shit. We was chopping it up and shit. you know. I'm not gonna say what he said to me on here and shit, but it's like, yeah, nah, it's real, you know. You say you just came out from out the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything Gucci with you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you was in there for, you know. I wish you well, wish you the best. You know what I mean? Healing, whatever you're going through. Max, what it is, Max. Don't let no one judge you. Look as good as you are. Keep going. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. For real, for real. I appreciate you. You know, cause this shit is crazy, man. Like I'm dead inside. I'm not gonna lie. I'm dead inside. I be in that bitch. I be in that bitch like putting on a good front. And it's crazy because my awareness of all the stuff that I be talking about on here, you know, around what we living in, genetics, everything, what's happening with children, all truths that's like been embedded in a live form. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of these things. When I'm at work and working a job and all of this now, like it doesn't feel how it felt. You know what I'm saying? Like it really feels different. It feels like a mental health attack. I feel like I'm going crazy even while I'm working and shit. You know, I'm not even going front. Like I feel like I'm going crazy while I'm working because it's like the sellout feeling. It just hits so much deeper. It hits so much deeper. Like it hits so much deeper. You know. So I appreciate that. I'm gonna say that comment even to myself. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Don't let no one judge you. Look good as you are, and keep going. You got this. I like and subscribe. That's what's up, man. I appreciate it. I just really want to see my son. I want to know my son is my son and see my son. I gotta. The last attack I had at work was when I was serving a table and somebody had a kid that kind of like looked similar to my son, like a random man and a random woman, and like that shit like triggered me. And like when I was taking an order, like I couldn't put it in the system like properly and shit. You know, but it's like it's just crazy the veil is lifted, but it's like people still trying to move like it's not. But it's all for control purposes though. It's all for control. See, this is making people lose control with all the information that's coming out. So they still want to feel like they're in control. You know, it's like if I act like everything is normal, and there's no problem. You know, my mind isn't attacked. I'm still in control. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm gonna ask somebody probably. It's like I don't even have the energy to ask anybody right now for real. I might not even go into work today for real. I feel like when I don't go in though, like my job in the stand, because they know like if I don't go in there, I'm not going in there because it's like I don't want to kirk on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because like that situation that happened with the baby and stuff. Well, I don't know if it was true or not because one of them said like they wanted because I basically had another server like take it. You know, I asked them if they could take it because my anxiety was getting so bad. I just shut down. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I shut the fuck down. You know, and then it was like I asked somebody else to take my table, and she took my table, and I think like she said something like I don't know if it was true because they ended up staying anyway, but she said something like, you know what I mean? Like they wanted to leave. They wanted to leave off me switching servers. Like they wanted to leave. And in my mind, like I was just like, I'm like shit. I'm like even more so, like the problem wasn't them or anything. And I'm like, it's not their fault that their child looked like my child. But even in the moment, I was just so irritated. Like when she came back and told me, I was like, they want to leave, they fucking leave. Then what the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing this so y'all don't see a side of me that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing this like to protect myself. Like I'm not trying to like say something rude as shit off of the irritation is to you. That's why I switch service. Like y'all don't know what the fuck I'm going through, you know? So it's like, you know. So I want to make it in there today. I don't know. It's gonna depend. For real, it's gonna depend on how I'm feeling around like 2 or 3 if I'm gonna make it in there or not. You know, I told y'all my main thing, regardless if I can make it to a job, have a job, not have a job, whether people avoid me, people project onto me, you know what I'm saying? All that's irrelevant. Like a black man just now was about to walk in here and he looked over. I'm not gonna put him on camera, but literally while I'm talking to y'all right now, he looked on here and see me, and I could tell. I see like the same people. He's like, oh, that's that homeless guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go in there. I don't want to get asked for help. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, it's like I'm not the problem, bro. Whether I ask you for help or not, or if you can help me or not. You know, but it's like I'm reminding you of the problem that you don't want to face. That's the real problem. So you're gonna take it out on me to try to make me feel bad about the situation, like it's just my problem. You know what I'm saying? It's psychological because you really realize how once you know what you're living in this shit and you realize like how people view people and look down on people and look, you know, try to make people feel inadequate and all of that. It's really people avoiding like all the real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't want to face truth. You know, people don't want to face the real problems that's making this a so-called problem. You know, nobody wants to talk about that shit. No one wants to act like it exists. You get what I'm saying? Like I guess it's doing too much damage to the brain for all of that. You feel me? Nobody wants to talk about that shit. It's just make the homeless people feel bad. Make them feel less than. You know what I mean? People are crazy as shit, y'all. You know? I'm gonna be real. You get what I'm saying? And hockey, blessings your way. You know what I'm saying? Blessings your way, for real. You know? You get what I'm saying? So no, it's real. But actually, if I actually me thinking about it, actually I'm pretty sure I get paid tomorrow and shit. I think I get paid tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I get paid tomorrow. But it's like, yeah, though, it's crazy though. At this point, how we're living and all of this, and the people that's affected, it's like I'm never gonna stop talking about it. Like like I know it'd be like annoying people, like I said, because people don't want to face the real problem. So the people that's talking about it, that can see it, and this is regardless of genetic makeup, they'll try to point you out. You know what I mean? No, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go in today. I don't know. My mental health might be too bad. Or like, if I do, I'm gonna leave extra early because I'm not going through what I went through last night. I'm not going through that again. It's like I don't need no problems creating any more problems. when any problem that comes up, I'm literally completely by myself, and I've been by myself down to a T. You know what I'm saying? Where if I get any help, it's coming from like a random person that I don't even know. Like I don't need no more of that. But I know y'all, it's a blessing that I had the information that I have. It's almost like the universe said. It's like the universe said this to me. Like the universe said, you know, I know what you're about to go through is something that would break anybody down completely. Whereas like they probably would kill themselves because they would go insane in their mind, you know, but only without knowing why. You know what I'm saying? So the universe was like with me, it's like I'm gonna put you through this. All these like what we know is like humiliation rituals. I'm gonna put you through this. I'm gonna let you face this. I'm gonna let you go through all of this, right? But when I let you go through all of this, right? I'm gonna give you a certain level of awareness. I'm gonna give you a certain level of awareness for you to know why all of this is like this. Even more so why it's happening to you, but you as in like the collective of the information that I know, you know, around genetics, who we are and shit like, you know what I mean? And really what happened on your planet and what we really living in, what never stopped, you know what I'm saying? What's really going on, you know? So that's what I'm saying. It's a blessing in disguise. It's like, yeah, you know, people could say whatever about me suffering in the system while I'm fighting some shit that I shouldn't even have to fight. You know what I'm saying? That I'm just fighting off of the division of people that look like me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not people that are me. You know, or organic to the planet also. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit isn't even real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I'm gonna keep talking about it to the day that it's officially gone as it's closing. Like I could just stop talking about it and just wait it all out. But whenever I feel I need to or have or so, at any time, I'm gonna talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all of y'all that's doing the same. Continue talking about that shit. You know, like all of y'all. Y'all know if I follow y'all, I put the heart with the fist. You know what I'm saying? I put the sun with the blood. You know what I'm saying? Like keep talking about that shit. Even people I don't know that will come across my videos talking about truth and what we really living in. You know what I'm saying? Like keep talking about that shit. You know, because all the people that's not talking about it, you know what I'm saying? Even if they're comfortable financially, you know what I'm saying? They're just not talking about it because it's a form of control. You know, and you know that's what this whole world is like ran on and shit. It's like a form of control, power, greed. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's messed up, but it's like a real thing. You know. Hey, excuse me, bro. By any chance, you think you could help out with something? You know? See what I'm saying? It's like what I'm talking about on this whole live, y'all. You know? Like, what's the real problem? Is you know what I'm saying? And I know y'all feel me. 'Cause that's why y'all tap in. You know what I mean? But what's the real problem? Is it really the person that's struggling financially? It's like I was talking to your guy outside the other day at the gas station, and that shouted me out. Y'all was on live when that shit happened, and he was saying that it speaks on a psychological state that everybody's in, that anybody, regardless of their genetic makeup, that would either actually be offended, or even like be like in shock in any shape, way, or form of like them seeing that somebody is going through a financial struggle, if not them themselves. You get what I'm saying? You know, because it's like damn near, it just speaks the delusion of everyone. It speaks on the delusion of, it speaks on what we're living in, and everyone delusional of really what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it says. You know, because it's like how can you be shocked off of seeing someone ask for help or might need help or struggling, even if they don't say nothing to you, with what's going on the planet, how inflation is. Like, are you that crazy? You know what I'm saying? Whether you can help the person or not, like you're that delusional of what you're living in, you're lying to yourself that much. You know, even down to the gallon of water, what an egg costs now. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, like that's why. So this has to happen, y'all, and it's beautiful to see this shit crash, regardless of me knowing what this shit has done to me. I will say that. You know, like I said, like if I would have went through all of this level of struggle financially, you know what I'm saying, off of a lack of awareness, I probably would have been killed myself a long time ago. You know what I mean? Not having no understanding of why all this is even happening to me or why is it even like this, you know, and thinking it's supposed to be like this, right? When it's in actuality it's not. So it's like I'm grateful for the awareness of everything, even down to what it's looking for, what it's looking like going in the future, you know, around like me going through all of this. You know what I mean? But this is why choices are important, right? Because you know how they say a person, anybody, you still call midlife crisis, anything. They say a person goes through some, everyone goes through something in their life that's so detrimental, so traumatic that it's either going to make or break them, right? You know how you hear people say stuff like that? All right, peep this. Like if me going through this, and it's crazy. If you should have seen the white girl's face as she was walking out, like her face was like, because you know what I'm saying? Like they know, like you know, like I said, it's just cognitive dissonance towards the real issues to fit their narrative to make them feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's and what is that? That's psychological, you know, because it's only going on off the division and the enforcement. You know what I mean? My mind moving so fast, I forgot what I was gonna say within me saying all of that. You know, but but yeah, like I said, I'm happy that I got, you know what I mean. Oh no, that's what I was gonna say because I was talking about either midlife crisis or everyone experiences something in their life that can either make or break them. Yeah, that's what I was saying. All right, now because I said that because I was about to make a point. The reason why I was saying that was because like how I said it, how in connection coinciding with me going through what I'm going through, but with the awareness of why it's like this, or even why what I'm going through, what I am individually, how I made all that connection and stuff, right? All right, so you know how I said that without the awareness, I probably would have killed myself, and without the awareness of knowing what I'm going in, if everything I'm going through, I would have lost my mind and stuff. You know how I said that? All right, like when my family first got destroyed and I first got alienated from a child, like that level of pain I didn't even know existed, right? And everything, you know. And then I've been homeless before and got back on my feet, bought BMWs, new spots, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But I never went through homelessness with a child, or even off of a situation of being attacked from a woman off of her own poor behavior and choices. But my reason for saying all this is to say this: like when me feeling that level of pain, and I said you either rise or fall. In that moment, the only thing that kept going through my mind is if I don't transmute or alchemize this in some shape, way, or form, you know what I'm saying, towards positivity before all of this information coming in, I'm going to crash out. And that was before I faced everything ongoing, we're 5.5 years, you know what I mean? She got less than a month to take this DNA test I just paid for. You know what I mean? Long as me getting back in my son's life regardless of her shit. You know what I'm saying? But before all of this, you know, before even the first 3.5 years, they wouldn't even let me file the paperwork, you know, and I started studying genetics. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I made that decision, you know, because basically what I'm saying, I know if I wouldn't have made that decision, I would have lost my mind and crashed out. Me choosing to make, and I didn't know it was going to lead to all of this, but me choosing to make that decision and rewire my brain how I did, that gave me such the awareness of what's happening, why what happened, and how it's going to look like in the future, where that kept my stability to not go insane regardless of what I'm going through financially, you know, while doing what I can to get out of it. Real shit, y'all. Like, it's crazy how that shit is connected. Like, this shit isn't by accident, you know? And then everything that me talking about around anatomy and shit, and everything that I said to y'all, you know what I mean? All of these years, we're literally living it right now. And it's coming all, you know what I'm saying? I spoke about the planes falling due to radiation way before the radiation was like a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking about, you know, complications with the sun, like, you know, DNA and stuff. Like, I was coming into this and talking about this, and from awareness standpoint in connection to the system that we're living in alone, right? Like, I was talking about all of this. So it's like, no, like, this shit is real, y'all. It's really like a real thing, you know? So like, regardless of me going through what I'm going through financial and shit, you get what I'm saying? I'm very grateful. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful. I'm grateful that I made that decision, and somehow I don't know what it was that led me into, like, you know what, I gotta learn my anatomy, because something tells me to do this. This has some connection to me, or some what form of what I'm living in. You know what I mean? I don't really know what it was that made me get into that, but I wanted to get into it. And I cried like I never cried before. You know what I'm saying? That gave me the strength to withstand being alienated from my child while seeing other children. While to deal with people looking down on me from a standpoint of me going through homelessness, not by my own decisions. The past times I went through financial struggles and got out of them, it was because of my own decisions and stuff like that. I never went through like a financial struggle because of like somebody else, or me in connection to somebody else, or with a baby or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just, life is just crazy. Me just looking back on all of it now and where we're at. It's I'm out of words, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. But it's like I said, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I can say that. You know, because it's like I've been chose to. You know what I'm saying? It's like something that was so bad that I'm still getting back from. I'm still alienated from my child right now. But something that brung something so heavy, and that people don't even recover from and shit. I found out everything. You hear what I'm saying? I fucking found out everything. You know? It's crazy as shit. You know? It's insane. It's insane. You know? Sending love to this live stream. I liked and commented to support as a live streamer myself right now. Truly feel the grind. Respect to the creator and everyone showing love in here. Oh, I appreciate you also, man. Peace, power, abundance your way. Gratitude. I feel like everyone that relates to what I'm saying, regardless of what you're going through personally in your life, regardless of your age, regardless of your gender, regardless of your genetic makeup, like, you're a very special person for a fact, because not even just how lies are embedded, but how they're protected. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really meant for you not to see that shit. So for you to be able to like see that, it's like, that says a lot about you. For real. Like, this shit really is spiritual warfare. Like, no lies. Like, it really is. When, how you heard that saying when they said only the strong survive and stuff like that. My favorite basketball player growing up used to be Allen Iverson. That was my basketball number also 3, right? When you hear people say like only the strong survive, it's like me growing up and stuff my whole life. I used to always think that shit was like just physical, but really that shit is mental. You know, and me knowing what I know now, like, I can prove that in so many different ways. Like, that shit is mental. I always thought that was like some strong shit. Growing up, like, only the strong survive. Nah, that's just about your mind. So nah, like, I learned a lot. And like I said, I'm just grateful, because it's like, but it is a lot of pressure though. I feel more pressure from me like, just giving out the information properly. You know what I'm saying? Than like anything right now as we're going forward. Because even though like it's coming to me, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to and stuff with it, it's like, I'm not trying to weaponize it. You know what I mean? But it is still like damn. It's like damn. I'm not even going front. But I'm sending value and respect to your mother and my child, wherever you are. Work work on yourself, and just try to be your greater self. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can do, and try to be so intact with yourself that nothing on the outside can control you. You know what I mean? Whatever that would be. Because once you're right there, I feel like it increases like your like discernment or something. and if that's increased, you can avoid anything that could be problematic in your life. You know, that's something I feel like I would say. I know as kids, a lot of y'all watch my stuff too, so that's something I would say to like strive for. You know what I mean? And within that, I feel like it's like contentment. I feel, so that's definitely like one thing that I can tell y'all and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If but I'm tired of going to work and working jobs and stuff and working my ass off to still be in my situation and not all the way out of it. Even like the basics, like still being homeless and shit, and still being harassed by the slave catchers and shit. And y'all don't harass me no more. I'll say that. So I appreciate that. I feel like y'all know so much damage has been done to me. Y'all realize that I'm not on no wild shit. Like I'm just trying to like get back in my son's life around what this woman has done, and not get offended, provoked, or anything by anybody like looking down on me without knowing me, like in my situation financially, what I'm going through. You know what I mean? Because that's like a superpower, right? You know what I'm saying? To not be like reactive when people don't understand, whether it's coming from a standpoint of something they never been through, or they just think, they have like an outdated way of thinking, whoever that would be and stuff like that. Like you can't like prioritize a lot of that stuff like somebody else's own thoughts. You got to realize majority of people think from their own experiences, right? Like how they say like to an extent, like even people being like, they say people are like judgmental and stuff. I agree, but then I disagree. It's kind of like an in between because it's like at the end of the day, you can only get, that's how they go about it, because you can only get so irritated at somebody looking at something from a standpoint of like what their life has been or what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? They're seeing through different eyes, literally. But if they like weaponize it in a certain way, then that's something different. So it's like it's kind of like on that type of tip. But yeah, I learned so much though. I have so much wisdom and understanding now, you know. But I know that my purpose is music for a fact. It's this song that I wrote like the other day. It's crazy as shit, y'all. I'm not gonna front. When I hear it, it's crazy because the instrumental and stuff. It kind of remind me. The instrumental somewhat kind of remind me of that. It's giving me like Good Kid, Mad City vibes, like that. That was it the Master Splinter Shireen or whatever. The instrumental starting. It's like real gloomy, and he's talking about him trying to see the girl with his mama's van. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what I'm talking about. Stuff is completely different, but like the instrumental, like something about the instrumental reminds me somewhat of that instrumental. But I know because of the information that I came into and me doing music before I knew anything about this, right? But how it came into like my music, right? Like what I talk about, the angles, the viewpoints, you know, um, I know it's connected to all the resistance that's on my life for a fact. Even the family like I was even just born into. Like how I came up. Like y'all lucky to even see me. Like it's a couple songs like that I'm going to drop going in the future where I'm really talking about it. Like my dad almost killed me every night. You know what I'm saying? My dad stabbed me. My dad broke my jaw. My dad literally almost killed me every night. Like it was a regular thing. My mom like saving my life from like my dad like choking me, lifting me up off the ground against the wall, and all just types of shit. Hella shootouts. Like I'm not supposed to be here for real. I didn't plan on I didn't even plan on making it past 18 for real. I really want to say 16, but I'm gonna say 18. Like I didn't even think about that shit. So like it's a blessing, just me being alive. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking being here. Like I got so much dead friends, y'all. You know, even my little brother. Like one of the first things I know, like we not talking and shit, but like I'm trying to get that bullet out your hand right now. I've been for like the longest. I don't want that shit to travel, you know. Even like it's just been so much. Even me being stabbed, you being stabbed up, my little brother, both your lungs collapsed, like all this. That's why the other live I was talking about, and I was like, what's been done to my mom, and I was making all those connections and stuff, but from like a collective standpoint, you know, and my mom is traumatized for real, my mom is traumatized, but um, she I'm not even gonna say impressed. My mom is like in she's like in shock also about a lot of the stuff that I know, and I expressed to her because I was around. I was trying to build my relationship with my mom around after like a lot of this happening, and I would tell her a lot of stuff. My mom just thought I was crazy until like I started showing her because I actually started reading the books and shit. And I would have like the books with me, and I would like open the books to like certain pages, and I would read it to her like directly and shit, like and tell her like this is this, and show her how this means this, and you know now my mom knows certain things, and it's like it's kind of like an attack to her also, even about her own anatomy, so my mom don't really know how to think about it at times. I'm gonna be honest, but she holds her head about it from the standpoint of like she knows she got to be strong for me for just like being my mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like from that standpoint, you know, for yeah. I literally work at Applebee's, and when I go to work, I'm trying to get like a few dollars that on the train. I have like a smart trip card, and I was wondering if you could like Venmo like anything, or if you have any spare like car change at all that can help for a smart trip card, like one of these. Also, like for like the train.
No, I know what it is. I don't have Venmo though.
You know,
No, I don't have any cash.
enjoy the rest of your day, regardless. Peace, power, abundance your way. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till how I feel. Yeah. Oh yeah, they turned my volume down. I'm trying to. They keep turning my volume down. I'm not pressing that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I was saying that the white girl, she looked bitter as shit, and I was saying like, how do you wanna, how do you how are you gonna how are you acting bitter about what your species has created, about the problems that you're seeing, and almost acting arrogant and entitled as if like you have no connection to it. You know what I'm saying? Of why this even exists to start with. You know? They turn my volume down. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm speaking so much truth, so much reality. They gotta press the volume so it's no sound as I'm explaining shit to y'all and breaking it down. Like, you know, it's crazy as shit, y'all. But I was saying that like it's like a lot of them are looking like that now because the same system that they weaponized towards us and had so much control over for like the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be able to have that power no more, and it's slowly going away. That's why they're mad, you know, as from a collective standpoint. Hey, excuse me, bro. Hey, by any chance, you think you could spare a few dollars at all for the bus and everything? I definitely understand. Enjoy the rest of your day, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I really might just I really might just go to my shit, my lower spot, and I might just go to sleep for the rest of the day and not even go to work. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, cause it's like my hands is like shaking. Like If my body is like really shaky by like 3 o'clock, I'm not going for a fact because I'm not gonna be able to like serve properly and stuff off the irritation and shit. You know what I'm saying? With the trauma that I really have, y'all, like I shouldn't be able to even work like a regular job. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I should be getting like a disability check. To be honest, because like what's expected on a like daily basis, the same thing. The trauma that I have, I'm too much in and out off of the damage that's been done off of me being separated from my child and awareness of what I'm living in this system as it's crashing and stuff. You know, and, like I'm too aware, and it's and like I can explain it on you know I'll be talking to y'all about it all the time. Like the levels of cortisol that's being released in my brain on a daily basis, it's like my brain isn't all the way there the way that it's needed on a constant level basis. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like I was at work last night and I was perfectly fine at work last night. Well, no, I wasn't fine. I had an anxiety attack taking one of the people's orders as I was serving at the table because they was asking about the appetizers, and as they was asking about the appetizers, I don't know, just the way that she was asking, it was giving me an anxiety attack, you know, and like literally, you know, I handled it well. I know y'all heard that cough just now. You know what I'm saying? I handled it well and stuff, but it's like I said, it's just like everybody's trying to provoke me, but they wasn't trying to provoke me. She was literally just asking, like concerning, you know. She was really just asking, but somebody else there helped me, and that was that. But like I said, everybody around me, even everybody in this joint right now that's working in this joint right now, none of them are leaving this job, going through what I'm going through for a fact. You know what I'm saying? For a fact. You know, like if I was to put them in my shoes and take their spot away from them, whether they living with their mom or dad or anything, and then them still have to come to work to this job without a place to live, you know, sometimes not even showered the best and all of that, I guarantee you they probably wouldn't be able to handle it. They would lose their fucking mind. You know? And this is besides having a child taken away from them or family destroyed or any of that. Like, so that's why I'd be like, however long I have a job, or if a job understands or not, or whatever I'm going through, I don't feel bad about myself. You know what I mean? Because I know if I put just like a piece of what I'm going through in somebody else's shoes, they wouldn't be able to handle it. You know? I know they wouldn't. But what I'm happy mainly about is that I'm happy that the stuff that everybody's ignoring isn't just going to be ignored no more. You know what I mean? That's what I'm happy about, and I'm happy that everybody's being exposed. People that's trying to protect the lie, and then the lies in itself. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy all of this being exposed. Because people don't really realize the reason why the biggest punishment is coming to your planet and towards unnatural people and even us is because we became so infatuated with this system that we forgot that there's children being killed, slaughtered, sexually touched on, all types of children, races and everything. Like there's going to be no excuse that everybody can, like you're not going to be able to say I didn't care about children being snatched up all around the planet and the world just because I had to go to work. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to say that. That's not going to be deemed as an excuse, as justification for children coming up missing. You know, like, oh, I had to feed my son or my daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to be accepted. So it's like, this is the reason why also like Mother Nature is doing what she's doing right now. This is the reason why that ozone layer is not coming back. This is the reason why the radiation is increasing, and by the day, and the sunspots, it's another one. And what's happening? Why they're trying to big up the distractions. It seems like every other day it's another thing happening. This is why all of this is happening, because they're trying to keep you distracted from even realizing, like, look, like if I put this camera on how red this white man looks right now, y'all would be like, what the fuck, in his face? And I know why his face looked like that, because his cells are deteriorating. His whole body's cellular structure is breaking down. You know what I mean? That's why he looks like that, you know? And I'm not gonna put him on camera, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's cleanup time, you know what I mean? For all of this damage that these people caused on the planet and did to us, you know? It's cleanup time, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm happy that they dying, but I realized that they became so complacent in their arrogancy, even worse than a bad kid. That because you can correct kids, right? You can't correct them. You can't correct them. Their thought process has been so embedded in this way of life, and this is what we're supposed to be doing. No matter how much truth you show them, or how much you show them, or not even that you show them, like they see themselves. Enough has been happened on the planet for you to enough has happened on the planet for you to, what do you call it? For you to move differently. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta keep asking questions and making excuses about something that's never happened before, you know what I'm saying? That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see multiple people come into your house that you don't know, and keep making an excuse for the people that you don't know in your house. You know what I'm saying? That's insanity. You know, you're gonna be like, all right, one person, the one time, after the second, third time, you're gonna be like, all right, it's irrelevant who it is. I mean, it's irrelevant what they're at my house. I don't know these people coming at my house. You know what I'm saying? It's like on that type of time. So it's like the same concept. You know, you see one thing happen one time that's never happened before, and antenna should be up. You don't keep making excuses about multiple things happening that's never happened before, and then still act like everything is normal. That's psychological damage that's been done to you for you to be delusional and act like everything is the way it's supposed to be when it's not. You know, let's be real right now. So it's like, it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy as shit. You know. So I'm saying all of this to say, like, more than enough has happened for everybody to make certain changes against this system, or showing that this isn't how it is, you know. But people are such in a docile state. Majority of people are gonna keep going to work, keep playing the system until it's not here to be played no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but that's the damage that's been done. You know, like it has to be shut down from the inside out. You get what I'm saying? And it's crazy, it's sad, but it's a reality, yo. I feel like with me playing the game, I feel like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like like I said, like I just wish that, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I wish that it was somewhere where I could go where I wouldn't be around people, so people can stop weaponizing everything that I said that's coming into place. You know what I mean? Or looking at me like I'm the real problem, besides what's creating these problems that even be here in general. Besides just me, like it's not. I'm not the only person that's financially struggling or trying to get out of homelessness, going around work acting like everything is normal. You know what I'm saying? But everybody individually in these situations are like almost like ostracized, you know. But it's like it's more than the person that you see individually, but the problem itself, or why that's even there. You know what I mean? You got to approach that, but nobody, no, like in that same concept with everything else, like nobody wants to approach the real problem. They just want to be like surface level instead of facing like the real thing, and that's because like they're not having it to that extent, you know. And that's a lot of things. I'm gonna just say that. Someone said the wicked tenants rule this world. Repent and source of Christ is for our debts. You figure out it. No, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. I put it like this. I noticed a lot when I started realizing being a good person was like out of style. You know what I'm saying? That said a lot, right? Because being a good person means acknowledging truth, right? Or something that you would need to change, whatever would fit in that category, right? You know, and once I started seeing the opposite of that, like it's stuff that coincides with other stuff. I'm like, all right, this is happening. And this is what this means. Even if this isn't showing yet, this is what this leads to. This is what this means. They all kind of go hand in hand with each other. Low vibration is with low vibration. You know, it's just different low vibrational things. Same thing with high vibration. You know, stuff that's uplifting, bringing. You know what I mean. So it's yeah, a lot of the stuff in which we look for like outside beings to do, we can do ourselves. and we could take initially ourselves, you know. But we're not going to do that though. You know, we're not going to take that initiative. You know, no matter how it's being showed, and be delusional about it. You know, that's why this is happening though. You know, but like I said, I just hope that this is the last year of it, or you know what I'm saying. It's probably like another 2 or 3 for real, but like I hope it. I really hope it's this one though. You know, because like I said, nobody thinks about them being asked. Can you imagine this shit being shut down right now, and then you just being asked, what was you worried about? Why there was a flat attack on all children happening all over the planet? Why didn't you take initiative to it? What did you do to bring attention to it or towards to stop it? And then you start saying stuff like, oh, I had to go to work and feed my family. Um, um, I didn't know, like, a lot of the stuff that people are going to say, it's not going to be an excuse, you know, because our brothers and sisters are looking at it from a standpoint like there's nothing worse that can happen on the planet than children being harmed. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing. So any system or anything that's up while that is going on, that don't matter, and this needs to be paid attention to so it can stop. But that hasn't been the way. You know what I'm saying? It's been all this other stuff that you can say or use to not worry about this as if this isn't going on while it's been going on, and even while it's picked up. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why in a way, like, I'm not saying this to be evil, but I don't feel sorry for anybody. You know? I don't feel sorry for anybody. If it's anybody I feel sorry for the children. That's why I apologize for y'all all the time that like y'all been forgot about, you know, y'all been forgot about. Like we became so established in just doing what is deemed as like normal that we forgot about the most important thing in the world, even that once was children, you know? Shit is crazy. So I don't know, y'all. Like, honestly, if it wasn't happening to them, I probably wouldn't care about it too much. But you know, it's like in unhinged stuff happening with them. You know, and then it's like people act bitter when they hear it. Like the I was telling you, like the white woman that had that bitter face. This white woman had the same bitter face. That's what I'm saying. Why does truth make you bitter? Because it makes you think about what you already know that you're avoiding. You get what I'm saying? That's a psychological problem. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have like that same psychological problem, where it's like don't matter how much they see truth, because they've been living a certain way, they don't want to see it. You know? So that's why I'm grateful for the people like me and others that like we're like fearless with it and we speak it, because it's like it's like those are the real crazy people. You know what I'm saying? Because with that type of mindset, that added to this shit being accepted and deemed as regular. You know what I'm saying? Or it not being fixed. That's the problem got presented. You know, for real. Like how you like, and the same thing to her. I hope whatever my ancestors need to do to that white woman, I hope that they do that to her. Because for her to make that face about children being hurt, she shouldn't have children herself, or she should be looked at in a funny way if she do got children. Because that was a face like she don't give a fuck about children. You know what I mean? It's like, don't be so offended when you hear truth off of your wrongdoings that you want to act like it's not wrong because of your ego. You know what I'm saying? For real, like this shit is crazy, y'all. This shit is crazy as shit. Like she had an ego about that shit, like that's some regular shit. You having an ego about children getting hurt. You trying to protect children getting hurt to deem what you doing is more important than that. Off of you hearing it. I wasn't even talking to her directly. I'm talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy as shit. You know what I mean? So motherfuckers can't get mad at me for my level of understanding all this shit, what's really going on and shit. This shit is insane. You know? This shit is fucking insane, y'all. You know? Now think about everybody else that has that mind state, capitulating in this system going forward, you know? Or that is feeling like exactly how she's feeling because they like this system being up while children are being hurt, while they take no accountability for it, that it's even going on, you know? I'm telling you, like, it's crazy as shit. You know, I hope everybody get karma involved in this shit. I'm not even gonna lie, for real. You know. Hey, excuse me, bro. Hey, by any chance, you think you could spare like anything at all, like to help out towards like the bus or whatever? If you have any spare like car change or anything at all. I just started working at Applebee's. I'm just trying to get like some extra like for the train and stuff to my next check, basically.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
Sure. God bless.
God bless you also. Oh, you got long hair, bro. That's what's up, bro. Long hair don't care, man. Y'all see how like, oh, this man, that's that's real. It's gonna help me out for like really till my next check. That's really what the fuck I needed till my next check. I could have went on that interview today. I had to be there at 10:30, and I had to reschedule it and talk about the stroke that my grandma just had, like to just keep it, even though I just got it. You know what I'm saying? But I got it. It's like multiple interviews and shit. It's plantscaping. It's out in Sterling, and I had to get on the train, and like I didn't want to tell him that I'm alienated from my, because you know that to an extent your personal life stuff, you got to keep it out of work, right? So I could have been like, I told him like, you know, I've been alienated from my child 5 years, and you know I'm liable for it. I'm already working at Applebee's. You can call them the, you know what I'm saying, and they already know about this job. They're gonna work it around it. If you could just schedule me, because I don't have the money to my next check for the train, and I don't want to get arrested trying to hop the train. You know what I'm saying? I could have gave him the real spill, but I was just like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just tell him what's going on with my family, and for me to handle that and get a couple days until my next check or get help, and then you know reschedule it. I tried to reschedule it for tomorrow, but he said basically, and that says a lot about the company, because it say like if he was a company like he didn't really give a fuck about me when I told him about my grandma having a stroke, and I said I was trying to reschedule it for tomorrow, he could have been like, yeah, just come tomorrow. But I could tell he looked at it from a standpoint, because it is a serious thing, right? Like he looked at it from a standpoint like, even if he can't come tomorrow and he checks and sees she's okay, let me give him more time because that's something serious. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how he said it. He's like, just call me as soon as you get done with that. So like appropriately, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait like 3 days. You know what I mean? Just to be appropriate, you know. And then I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna go on that next interview for that. And then however so I'm starting that, I'm gonna let my restaurant job know, and then I'm gonna go from there. You get what I'm saying? That's like my plan around it, you know. But it's crazy though. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. Like I can't even put in words how teaching this situation has been, right? And let me tell y'all, I respect anybody that sees my growth, because there's people that come in my job where like they know of my situation and they don't say anything because they're not trying to embarrass me, but they're happy to see me in there, you know. And that's something of value. Like I said, even though I talk about a lot of the stuff of people trying to bring me down, it's a lot of people that see it. Actually, it's one goddess that comes in there. She comes in there every day. She probably gonna be in there today, you know. And like when she comes in there, like the way she looks at me, I know that she's very proud of me. It's weird. Like I don't remember seeing her like the exact times, but I remember seeing her a lot of times. I just don't remember where at. You get what I'm saying? And actually, she might even help me one time, you know. But I'm saying this to say that this is something that's like I'm very fond of. You know what I mean? Because it's like I am doing what I can for myself to get out of my situation. You know what I mean? I'm definitely doing that shit. Like I don't know how the fuck I'm doing that shit, but I'm doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm motherfucking out here serving. What the fuck? I never been a fucking server. What the fuck? I'm in that joint like bringing double plates and shit. You know what I'm saying? Asking people, you know, you need the refills. You need any extra sauces? You know what I'm saying? I'm on a tip, y'all. Like I'm not even like it's a couple that came in there, right? When I already had a table, and another that came in, they told me like this your table, da da da. Maybe it might have been wrong for me to ask, but I think it was like the reason why I said it, and I said it in a light felt way, because it was like I forgot give them straws when I bring them their drinks. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to like apologize in a nice way and mention it for me being able to mention it while it's still I'm learning everything. And I was like, I appreciate, y'all being lenient with me. Like I just started and stuff like that. And she was honest with it. She was like that she couldn't even notice. She was like, I didn't even know that. I couldn't even tell that you just started. Like she complimented me like, you know what I mean? Like you're really, really good, you know? And enjoy the rest of your day. God is peace, power, abundance your way. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's a black woman. And I seen her before. I don't know where I seen her, but I seen her and when I seen her, I'm just tired, bro. I'm tired of seeing my black women in these situations like this. I've been seeing more black women that's struggling and stuff recently more than ever. You know what I'm saying? More than ever. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. More than ever. I've been seeing them. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing them. I've been seeing them. And it's crazy because she in so much pain. She in so much pain. I give her some positive energy. She couldn't even give me positive energy back. You don't know how that makes my heart feel. Like I'm going through a struggle, and I try to give her. But we're in so much pain that some of us can't even acknowledge each other. Not even like the way she looked at me, like she was gone, and not even like from like mental health, just going through pain in this system and struggling financially and stuff. You don't know how much pain she was in just now. You know what I mean? Like I felt that pain. You know, I felt that pain. That stare, I felt it. I felt it. You know, and I didn't even know she was still in here. She was listening to what I was saying and stuff, and it was probably in her heart because she's a black woman. You know, it's the mother of our life, and it's like that's what I'm saying. When it's that easy that you can just say something to someone and they can't even reciprocate positive energy because they're hurting, you can't be shocked when you see somebody that needs help or that's struggling. You know what I'm saying? At that level of the closeness of that easy to come across someone that's going through a financial struggle. You don't have time to be rude about it or to try to make the person feel less than. You know? It's obviously a bigger problem of a lot of people struggling besides the person individually. You get what I'm saying? Let's be real right now. You know? That's a bigger problem. That's a way bigger problem than that. That shit hurt my heart. The way she stared at me, the rest of the day, goddess. You know, I gave her love like anything. You know, I was like, peace, goddess. You know, and everything I was talking about, her being the mother of our life. Maybe I was talking about children and stuff, and what's going to be accepted as an excuse, knowing this was going on with them, and how it's not, right? Really, you know, and stuff like. She felt that. You know, we got a soul, y'all. So y'all got a lot of this stuff that we be expecting these people to feel differently about that's happening with us or even on our planet, you know, with our children and stuff. The reason why they won't see it like in a certain way or never have is because they're not us, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is why DNA is so important. I'm telling y'all, it's like if you share DNA with different animals, right? Gene sequences, and you don't even have a biological connection to the most important element on the fucking planet, the sun. You get what I'm saying? How in the hell is you gonna feel anything going along with the people that's not even in correlation with that thing, but literally is that thing in the sky anatomically? You know what I'm saying? Let's be real right now, you know? So I'm telling y'all no lies. Like, that's why it's like I don't even get offended about a lot of stuff I be talking about. They don't not understanding what's happening to us, our problems and shit. They the ones that's implementing it. This shit was strategically done. This shit was premeditated. This shit is by design, socially engineered. Like, you feel me? Like, slavery never stopped. You know, we're in psychological slavery. We're prisoners of war. You know, so it's like, nah, like this shit is like, you got to be mentally sane to have a level of awareness and knowing what's going on, being neuromelanated, and not crash out and keep your patience. I'm gonna be real, you know. So like I remind myself every day how strong I am, off of a gratefulness of something supposed to be so bad done to me realizing why it's even happening to start with, past just looking at it from a surface level standpoint of like, oh, a woman's a hoe or anything like that. You know, it's even deeper than her dad having the problems he did, for him not being able to put it in her right, for her to have those issues or anything. You know, why do we have these issues to start with as people? Why is this? Why is the sexual energy used the way it is for the lack of sexual discipline that we even have? You get what I'm saying? Acting as if life doesn't come about with it. Why is that so? Like we just got to start looking at the realer problems and not surface level. That's all I'm saying, y'all. You know, so I value y'all and I respect y'all. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? We basically home. You know, like the things I always tell y'all are the same while it's here. As they try to provoke us more, because them knowing who we are, don't let it break you. You know, all my black women out here, you know what I mean? All my black men out here, everyone neuromelanated. And my you melanated beings too. Y'all the Latinos, the Filipinos, the Vietnamese, y'all also. You get what I'm saying? They have a correlation with the sun. Just, you know what I mean? Try not to get, because it's gonna be happening on all certain levels. So that's the main thing I gotta leave y'all with, man. So I'm gonna just leave y'all with that. You know, this is a viewpoints of RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to all my guys and goddesses and all high vibrational human beings. You know what the fuck it is, man. Let's tap in and get this shift properly and, you know, stand for children and all that. Peace, power, abundance, gratitude, Yahweh.